Hey everyone, and welcome back to Spilling the Mad Tea. On our last episode, we talked about my trip over in Tokyo Disney Seas. And so today, we are going to be visiting the other park, Tokyo Disneyland.
Woo!
Lovely.
Exciting.
Like we talked about on the last episode, I spent my whole day in Disney Seas running back and forth, getting as many fast passes as I could, wasting a lot of steps, as my family would say. So my game plan for the day was to, again, see as much as I could, but I was going to try to go at least by land by land.
A little bit more organization.
Yes. Because I figured Disneyland has a lot of similarities between the original Disneyland park and the Magic Kingdom. They're castle parks. They're almost clones of each other, but there's some differences. So again, I wanted to see everything that was different, but I also like seeing the things that are the same to compare them. So I woke up in the morning and took the monorail over to the park. It was pouring rain.
Oh, no.
Which at first I was sad about. But then I remembered our fond points that we made about the rain in our Weathering Disney episode and how rainy days at Disney are kind of great.
Yes.
There's less people and they're kind of magical in their own way. So I was like, okay, if it's less crowded, that would be amazing. Especially because it didn't seem like a big family destination. It seemed like a lot of locals just going there for the day. And I was like, oh, nobody's going to do that on a rainy day. I was wrong. There were so many people at the turnstiles in the morning. Yeah, and I was like, oh, great. Now it's going to be a rainy and a crowded day. But it ended up being okay. I think the park was big enough for everyone to kind of disperse. I don't think people stuck around all day. So, again, rainy days at Disney turn out to kind of be great. When you guys go to a castle park, do you tend to go right towards Tomorrowland? Do you go left towards Adventureland? Or do you gravitate straight towards the castle? Do you have a usual spot where you start out?
I feel like we go to Tomorrowland, but it usually depends on what our first fast pass is, which is usually the Haunted Mansion, so maybe I take that back.
I usually just go straight.
We go straight. We go straight and into Fantasyland. Mm-hmm. Back behind the castle first.
See, I feel like I never do that.
Yeah. I always made a turn. I never went straight to the castle.
Yeah.
Huh.
And I read that, most people are right-handed, so they always go to the right. So when I'm in Magic Kingdom, I try to go to the left and start in Adventureland. Mm-hmm. But on this day in Tokyo Disneyland, Tomorrowland was beckoning me. It's home to Star Tours, Stitch Encounter, Space Mountain, Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters, and Monsters, Inc. Ride and Go Seek. I didn't do Stitch. My impression that it was going to be Turtle Talk with Crush, but with an alien I wouldn't be able to understand because he was speaking Japanese. And I'm a little scarred from Stitch in Tomorrowland and Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
So, that's something I felt very comfortable bypassing.
I'm just very upset that Stitch is so tainted because he has some real shitty things happening in the parks.
Yeah.
And I just love him so much.
He's such a cute character.
Well, I love Stitch, but all his weird stuff can live without.
I am not a fan.
Of Stitch?
You don't love him?
I don't love him.
Oh.
I find him really annoying, actually.
Aww.
And kind of gross.
That is a strong
that's
opinion to have about
fine.
Stitch.
I'm just not a fan.
Go watch Lilo and Stitch tomorrow.
I watched it right before we went to Hawaii, and I was like, let me try watch this. And I was like, he's not as bad as I remember. But I was like, I'm definitely still not a fan.
Poor little Stitch.
That is an interesting take.
And I know you guys all like him, so I really try to. I can't.
That's okay.
I mean, it's fine. Y'all like things that I don't like, so welcome to the club. This is how it feels.
Stitch is my Muppets or my Harry Potter.
There you go. There you go.
So I did go to do Star Tours, and that was nice because I got to see the new updates with the location from Rise of Skywalker.
Oh.
What location is in there?
It's the Death Star.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was cool because I didn't get to do that in Hollywood Studios last time I went, and it was lovely. So I wonder now that all of those movies are over if that will be the final version or if they'll start to like throw back in all of like the older versions. Because I think that would be really cool.
Yeah. I would really like that.
Right? Like you don't know what you're going to get. I think that'd be amazing.
You always have a different ride.
I'd really like that.
I would like it too because I actually like that ride.
Do they have the Rebel Spy in that Star Tours?
Yes, I think so.
That's cool.
Because I remember being like, oh, maybe they'll pick me. Oh, maybe they'll pick me. And then they didn't. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair. Because I can't understand what they're saying.
True.
Yeah.
I feel like I had it narrowed down to like a science on how to get picked. While everyone is buckling their seatbelts with their heads down, if you popped your head up and you were ready for the camera to take your picture and nobody else had their head up yet,
They take your picture.
your odds exponentially increased for you to become the rebel spy. So I like buckled my seatbelt really quick. I was like, here's my face. I'm photo ready.
I remember getting on with you and doing that, and we were like, buckle, just like cheesing in every direction just in case.
Yes.
Never worked for us, but
I've been the rebel spy a couple of times.
I have never.
Yeah, I think I've been twice.
Never.
I feel like it's fair that I've never have been, though, since I'm not a Star Wars fan.
Let's not waste it on her. It's like picking a muggle to get a magical wand at Ollivander's.
It would be like picking me.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it'd be like if Rachel got picked, we would be livid. You would have to go stay at a different hotel.
Can you imagine?
I mean, I didn't pick my damn self. Was not me.
Buzz Lightyear was also nearby. It was fine. Nothing unexpected. It was very similar to what we're used to. It was a little like cleaner. All of the rides there just look like they're refurbished more. They just look like they have fresher coats of paint.
Probably because they do.
Definitely. But Space Mountain, I like did not care for, which was really sad because Space Mountain is always a hit. You know, like in Florida, at least, you like climb all the way up to the top and then you drop and there's climbs and there's drops and there's climbs and there's drops.
It's all over the place.
This one, you just climbed right up and then you spiraled your way down. You like corkscrewed.
Oh, that's weird.
Interesting.
Like you're a marble on one of those things for children's charities in the mall.
That's lame.
Ew.
But like one of my favorite things about Space Mountain is that you don't know what direction you're going in and you kind of get like jerked all around and steered all over the place. But if you're just turning to the left the whole time, there's no surprises.
Yeah, that's boring.
It was so lame. It was really sad. Not good. But the highlight of Tomorrowland was definitely Monsters, Inc. Ride and Go Seek.
Yes, I want to know all the things.
Yeah, if you've been on the Men in Black ride at Universal, picture that,
Okay.
but with Pixar aliens. And instead of shooting at them, you're shining a flashlight at them.
Oh my god, how cute.
And everyone on the ride, because you could see the other people in the other cars, like everyone was smiling. Everyone was having a really good time.
Cute.
That sounds adorable.
They'd all be wearing the Monsters, Inc. hard hats with the little logo on them. And if your flashlight hit the logo properly, it would light up and you'd know you got them.
Cute.
But there were no points. I wish you kept score. It didn't keep score because I was like, I'm definitely winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. And I kept expecting a score screen like at on Toy Story Mania when it shows you at the end. And there wasn't one. And I was like, oh, I definitely won. But nobody knows. But it was very, very cute. So I spent a lot of time in Tomorrowland. I also ate lunch in Tomorrowland. And they didn't have a Cosmic Rays, but they did have a Plasma Rays diner.
That sounds so wrong.
Right?
It just sounds like you just made that up.
I don't know if he's Sunny Eclipse's cousin, but they had their own little alien icon, and he was really cute. I had a great bowl of soup. It was really, really yummy. And from the terrace, it has a terrace just like Cosmic Rays in Magic Kingdom does. And so I went out there to watch the daytime parade. So I had a great view for that, and I was covered from the rain. But because it was raining, I don't think I got the full parade. And like we make adjustments in our parks. If it's raining, they're not going to bring out all the floats and all the performers. They usually just do that like rainy day cavalcade. But this one was different. There were no performers on the street level, but they still brought the floats out with the characters on them.
That's nice.
And they all had these clear rain jackets. So you could still see the costumes. You could still see like their pretty princess dresses. It just had like a clear plastic over it.
That's cute.
That's cute, though. At least they still did it and didn't like, oh, it's canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was really clever. And they played the music. I mean, they went through it pretty quick, which was nice. So if you were standing out in the rain, you weren't out in the rain for long.
It's nice.
So, yeah, it was cool. Next to Tomorrowland was Toontown. And I feel like I might upset a few of you, but I didn't even step foot in Toontown.
To be fair, you had one day.
Yeah.
To be fair.
I think I would have maybe walked through it, but like that's about it. Because I'm sure it's the same everywhere there is a Toontown.
That's what I figured. It's got Gadget's Go Coaster, Goofy's house, Chippendale's Treehouse, Donald's boat, Minnie's house, and the Roger Rabbit cartoon spin. And I was like, it sounds like an exact clone of what's in Disneyland.
Yeah.
Probably is.
Yeah.
I didn't think that it was worth my time.
Priorities.
Yes. Okay. Thanks. I was really scared to tell you guys that because I know Kelly in particular has a really fond spot in her heart.
I have an attachment to the one that was in Disney World, not this.
Mm-hmm.
I've got other things to see.
Mm-hmm.
So the next land, if we're working our way counterclockwise, would be Fantasyland. And this is home to Alice's Tea Party. It's a small world, the Castle Carousel, Snow White's Adventures, Dumbo the Flying Elephant, Peter Pan's Flight, which was closed, Pinocchio's Daring Journey, Pooh's Honey Hunt, The Haunted Mansion, and Mickey's PhilharMagic.
It's so weird that Haunted Mansion's in Fantasyland.
That's not very fantasy-wise right there.
Well, the Japanese don't believe in ghosts.
Oh.
So,
That is a fantasy then.
yeah, it's a fantasy ride,
Huh. It makes sense to put it there. Whoever had that idea was smart.
right?
Yeah.
And it's always my favorite ride. And I know it's Kelly's favorite ride. The Haunted Mansion was pretty similar. It looked like the one in Florida. It just had subtle differences in props that were fun to point out and go like, oh, that's different. Oh, that's different. Oh, that's different. But it was very similar, and it was nice because it felt like home. Other rides that were similar were Snow White, which was fun to ride since we can't do that in Florida anymore. And Pinocchio. They were basically clones of the ones in Disneyland.
Those are so freaking fun.
So they were basically like 5-10 minute waits. So I'm like, I'll do it.
That's fabulous.
I felt like my time was better spent there than in Toontown.
I agree.
I also rode Small World, which had a very different queue. The outside looked like a more colorful Disneyland version.
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen pictures of that before. It looks so pretty.
Yeah, but the inside was filled with Mary Blair-style paintings of children from around the world,
Oh.
which we haven't really seen at any other Small World. It was really weird. I mean, it was cute, but I was like, this was different. Once you like walked inside, the whole queue area like had like murals all over it. These like cartoon kids.
I'll have to look that up because I want to see what that looks like.
Yeah, I have some pictures I'll post on Instagram too. I liked this one too because they had the dolls of the Disney characters from their movies, and I can't wait until these come to Walt Disney World.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've talked about it before. It's like one of our favorite updates that we've seen to a ride. It's just subtle, and it fits, and it works, and it's fun.
Cute.
Yes. Oh, so the highlight of Fantasyland, actually probably the park, was Pooh's Honey Hunt.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I think I did this like 3 times.
You rode it 3 times?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It is so freaking cute.
I need to know all the things.
So it's a trackless ride system.
Oh.
You're in a honey pot, and you move differently every time you ride the ride. You kind of go through the attraction with, I think it's 2 other pots. And so you're constantly like spinning around each other and like coming around a corner and like facing each other. And even though like I was in a honey pot by myself while other people were there in couples or families, it was still so fun. It was so cute. The like animatronics are similar to what we have in the American parks, but it was just so fun. It's so cute. Later on in the day, I got a tipo torta from the Village pastry cart. It came highly recommended from the internet. It looked like a chocolate churro, but it had like a fudge inside, maybe? Something like that.
Huh.
Not great.
Oh.
I was unimpressed. And these things were like all over the internet. I was expecting to have a similar reaction to the green little alien mochis, which I loved. And this was meh.
That's a bummer.
Okay, internet.
Well, you know, you win some, you lose some. I feel like the internet got really hyped about the Tangled eclairs.
Yeah.
They're cute.
They're just a blob of sweetness.
And that's not everything.
We need some depth. We need some variety. Gotta layer those flavors.
Speaking of food and flavors, I also ate dinner in Fantasyland later in the evening. I ate at the Queen of Hearts banquet hall. And this was like walking into the movie. You felt like you were walking right up to the Queen's castle, and then you walked in and everything in there was larger than life. They had trees with the roses being painted red. It was very, very colorful.
So we have to go.
I had corn soup.
Corn
I
soup!
thought of you, Katie, because you love soup.
I do love a soup. And there's not enough soups.
It was good.
Corn soup. That sounds good.
I also thought it was interesting that the teacups were called Alice's Tea Party instead of the Mad Tea Party.
Oh, she owns them teacups.
Yeah. I was like, similar to Jasmine's flying carpets.
Yeah.
I see you, Japan.
Yeah.
Power.
Right? That's why I keep saying Japan is the best. The next land going around is Critter Country, which is home to Splash Mountain. And I wasn't trying to get like super sopping wet. I was okay with a little wet from the rain, but I did not need to go on Splash Mountain. I would have liked to, because every time we say, we're like, I don't want to get wet, and then we go on the ride, and we're like, this is really cute, you guys.
Best time ever.
So
Cute.
worth
We
it.
should do this more often. It's so cute. I could hear that in the back of my head, and I was like, maybe I should do it. Bullshit. I do not need to be like sopping wet for the rest of the day. No. Also, with better weather, they also have Beaver Brothers Explorer canoes. I did grab a tea. They had a place called Grandma Sarah's Kitchen.
How cute.
So cute.
So it's themed to Splash Mountain with Grandma Sarah. She's like a little opossum.
Oh.
That makes it even cuter.
It was adorable.
Grandma Sarah.
And I got tea because I was cold. And it was a nice place to sit inside for a bit. And it was cute.
Cute.
Let's say it's cute just like 20 more times.
It's so cute. Oh my god. Grandma Sarah's so cute.
Maybe with all this cuteness, it would be a good time to take a little commercial break. What do you guys think?
A commercial is so cute.
Okay, I'm just going to go pee real quick.
Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? It's so easy with Anchor.
Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use.
And now, Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what we're doing right now by reading this ad. We struggled to find the right way to distribute our podcast, and Anchor made it quick, easy, and free. We're on platforms we had never heard of, and that's all thanks to Anchor doing the hard work.
So, if you have been thinking about starting your own podcast, head on over to anchor.fm/start. That's anchor.fm/start.
I washed my hands for 20 seconds.
How lovely. What song did you sing?
I usually sing the I'm Sorry, Miss Jackson song that I can't remember the name of.
I count to 20. What do you guys sing?
I usually sing in sync or Spice Girls.
I just sing happy birthday because I forget which other ones work. And so I'm just like, happy birthday to me. Wash all of my hands. I gotta wash my hands. Wash my hands, wash my hands, wash my hands.
Okay, what's next? I don't think I actually did anything in Westernland. They had a shooting gallery. They had the Country Bear Theater. They had the Mark Twain Riverboat. Tom Sawyer Island rafts, and well, you know, one of my favorites, Big Thunder Mountain.
Oh
But
boy.
that was closed. So
Which is what? It's the tank
wow, this
project?
man is wilderness.
Oh God.
But you said it was closed. Why was it closed?
I don't remember if it was for the rain or for construction.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah, but things were open over in Adventureland.
Oh, good.
There was the Western River Railroad, Pirates of the Caribbean,
Yes.
Jungle Cruise Wildlife Expeditions,
Fancy.
Swiss Family Treehouse, The Enchanted Tiki Room, Stitch Presents Aloha e Kamamai.
Why was the Western River Railroad not in Western Land?
Right?
Maybe the white man builds railroads in places it doesn't belong over in Adventureland.
Oh, she going there with it.
But, like, historically, that has happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it looked like. It looked like a big railroad station in the jungle.
Well, lovely.
Well, whoops.
Yeah, not great. But I did ride the Western River Railroad.
Oh, good. How was it?
Unlike the trains in other parks that kind of just do like a circle around the park, and they have like lots of stops in different lands and help you get around the park, this was one loading area.
Oh.
So you hopped on the train in Adventureland, and then it went through Western Land and Critter Country
Oh. All right.
and returned to Adventureland. So the train was very different.
What else did you do in Adventureland?
Pirates was very similar to the Disneyland version, which we all know is good. So
So
Way
good.
better than Disney World version.
I also did the Tiki Room with Stitch,
Oh.
which I thought was better than the one with Iago and Zazu,
All right.
but not as good as the original.
Okay.
Okay, Stitch.
It is very interesting that Stitch is in Tomorrowland and Adventureland.
Oh, they love him over there.
I get it. I like him too.
I'm sure he's cute as hell.
Debatable.
I mean, he puts his tongue in his nose. That's gross.
Agreed.
He's pretty gross.
You're not wrong.
Speaking of gross, I also ate a Kanako churro roasted in soybean flour.
Oh.
I had seen a picture of a churro, so I went to the window. I was like, hey, can I get a churro? And it was really salty, and it really caught me off guard, and I did not enjoy it.
That's weird.
Oh no.
Maybe if I had read the menu and knew what I was getting, but I was expecting like a sweet, cinnamony, sugary churro. And it was salty.
Gross.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Sounds nasty.
So at this point, we have circled Tokyo Disneyland. But I think one of the most distinct features of this park is the World Bazaar area, which replaces Main Street USA that we're used to. You've probably seen pictures. It looks like a main street, but it's covered by a glass ceiling.
Yeah.
The reason they built it like this was because it rains all the time in Japan. Like throughout Tokyo and other cities, their shopping areas look like this. You'll have like a normal city street and there will be a glass ceiling over it. So when you walk around from shop to shop to shop to shop, you're covered. And it's almost like you're walking around inside.
Interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It just makes me think of all of the people in Florida who ask the cast members why it's raining, or like, can't you stop the rain or turn the rain off? Isn't Walt Disney World under a dome?
Activate the bubble.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to go to Tokyo for that. So at the end of the night, I returned back here to the World Bazaar area because I wanted to do some more souvenir shopping. So I said in Disney Seas, it was really hard to find pins, but I found a pin from Sinbad's Storybook Voyage.
Oh, that is so cute.
And so I was like, okay, if I have like a pin from Disney Sea, I need a pin from Disneyland.
Yeah.
So I found a pin from Pooh's Honey Hunt.
Oh my
Aw,
gosh.
Oh,
perfect.
my word. Look at how cute he is.
So now I have a pin from each park. I also found a first visit button.
Cute.
I also got this very Marianne birthday button.
Nice.
I love that one. That one's so cute.
Oh, my God. So cute.
So cute.
Yeah, so I was kind of sad that none of the pins said Tokyo Disney on them.
Yeah.
So I had bought all this other stuff, and then I finally found a pin set that had the Tokyo Disney Resort.
Nice.
And they have a pin from Disney Seas and from Disneyland. And I was like, oh, well, this was what I wanted the whole time. One of my favorite things I got was a mug, which we all know I didn't need,
But you gotta have.
it's a replica of one of the teacups from Alice's tea party.
My God, how cute. You have been waiting to show us that until you
For
can
like
show us in person, and I
2
love
months.
it.
2 months, you assholes. It took us 2 months for me to show you this mug. Yeah, so I'm very, very happy because now it can go with my Disney World tea party mug.
cute. That is just so cute.
So I got all my great souvenirs, and then I ended the night watching. Same thing. I don't think I actually got the parade that we were supposed to get because it was raining. So I don't know if they have rainy day floats that they use just for this, and it's not the actual parade floats. But anyway, a couple of floats came out. People were on them in their clear rain gear. So it was still like a nice way to end the night. And by that point, most of the people had left, and it was really quiet in the park. And everything was sparkling because it had a layer of fresh rain on it. So it's a very nice way to end the evening.
Sounds magical.
I'm so very glad that you made the most of a rainy day.
Yeah. Just do it.
Yeah, if you can like accept that it's going to rain, move past it, live with it, make the best of it. So since I have visited Tokyo Disneyland, the park has closed. It closed on February 27th, almost a month after I was there. They first closed it until March 17th. They're hoping it will reopen on April 20th because right now, as we're recording, the world is suffering with a pandemic. The coronavirus, COVID-19, has been making its way around the world. And while it has been devastating in many communities, in a much lesser way, it's also having an effect on the Disney company. Like I said, Tokyo Disney has now been closed, but that's not the only closure we've seen.
Shanghai closed January 25th. They were the first Disney park to close. I saw an update that said March 9th, certain facilities in downtown Disney and the Wishing Star Park reopened. And also the Shanghai Disneyland Hotel is running at limited capacity and reduced hours. The theme park does remain closed, though, so you can't actually go to the theme park. Hong Kong closed January 26th, so a day after Shanghai. I could find nothing about any kind of reopening time for Hong Kong Disneyland.
Disneyland Paris has also closed. They closed March 14th until further notice.
Our own home resorts, I would say those are the U.S. resorts. Disneyland and California Adventure, they closed March the 14th. Downtown Disney closed on March the 17th. Disneyland Hotel, Grand Californian, Paradise Pier, they all closed on March 16th. And March 27th, they announced that everything would remain closed until further notice. Then in Walt Disney World, Florida, March the 16th, the theme parks were closed. Disney Springs, the Disney-owned stores was all they could report on, closed on March the 17th. All the resort hotels, they remained open for another week, and then they announced that they would be closing at like 5 p.m. on March the 20th. And then also, just like Disneyland, they announced on March the 27th that everything would remain closed until further notice, and they are going to remain to pay the cast members until at least April the 18th.
So I want to talk a little bit about Animal Kingdom specifically within Walt Disney World. While Animal Kingdom is closed, rest assured their keepers are showing up for their regular schedules. Pretty much nothing has changed with keeper routines. They still come in, they still feed their animals, they still train, they still provide enrichment, they're still cleaning just like they normally would. So those animals are getting very well taken care of, and those are some of the staff that have been told indefinitely they are still on payroll, they are still going to be paid. Obviously, they have to come in and feed those animals. I'm a keeper as well. At our facility, we are closed to the public as well, and it's the same deal with us. We're coming in, we're taking care of our animals. Rest assured, your favorite Animal Kingdom animals are being well taken care of. The Disney Cruise Lines have suspended all new departures March 14th until April 28th. Right now, we have April 28th as the date for that. I predict that's probably going to be extended.
Yeah.
Vero Beach, Disney's beach resort, has closed indefinitely as of March 20th. Aulani, their Hawaii resort, is indefinitely closed, and that was announced March 24th.
Well, we've also seen the impacts of the coronavirus on Walt Disney Studios. We were expecting Frozen 2 on Disney Plus in maybe May, and Disney surprised us. Thanks, Bob Chapek. On March 15th, it came on for early release. Onward came on to Disney Plus on April 3rd. Unfortunately, the premieres for Mulan and Black Widow, Mulan was supposed to come out in theaters on March 27th, Black Widow on May 1st. They have just been postponed indefinitely until further notice. So we will eagerly await their arrivals as well.
Yeah, I would love to hear some news about those, but I can see that they're just kind of hoping and holding out that they might be able to release these theatrically and make that money. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you got to think, too, that once everything is declared safe to go out, go to theaters and things again, when they do release that, I feel like it's going to be an even bigger response because people are going to be like, I can't leave my house!
Yep. Yeah. Never going back home ever again!
Yeah. Speaking of Disney fans not being able to leave their house, have you seen people remaking the attractions at home?
Oh my Lord.
Yes.
It's amazing.
It's so cute.
Using their freaking laundry baskets and stuff.
Yes, like every time I see a new one, it just lifts my spirits. It's so creative, it's so innovative, it's so funny. And it's all these people that you know are just as big of Disney nerds as we are, who know those attractions like second by second and can recreate it at home with their laundry baskets and their patio furniture and all this stuff. It's amazing. Keeping your spirits up any way you can. It's not a goodbye, it's just to see you real soon to all of your favorite Disney parks.
Yeah.
It's a weird time. There's just a lot going on, and everybody's quarantined, just trying to make the best of it. So if you're listening in quarantine, thanks for tuning in.
And if you are still going to work like me, hang in there. You got this. You're an essential employee.
I'm an essential employee as well, but for now, I'm essentially at home.
Yeah, I know that people have been, like, inundated with COVID-19 news, and you're probably like, oh, I'm so tired of hearing about this. But we would feel weird if we didn't mention it, just because it is having such a big impact. So,
Yep.
yeah. That's what I got to say about that.
But if you're bored, you know, you can talk to us. We're bored.
It's a great time to catch up on your Spilling the Mad Tea episodes.
Yeah, we're going to be catching up on recording some Spilling the Mad Tea episodes since we have some time now. We're looking forward to that. I think talking to each other and kind of keeping this as normal as possible is going to be a big help with getting through all of this.
Yep.
So if we're helping you guys get through this whole ordeal, please give us a rate and review on our podcast so we can continue to grow our Spilling the Mad Tea family.
We love interacting with everybody online, so if you haven't done so already, go like us on Facebook and join our Spilling the Mad Tea podcast group for the latest and greatest Disney memes and the ways that we're trying to keep sane during this quarantine.
Yes, I love that podcast group so much. You can also find us on Twitter. We're at Spilling Mad Tea. And you can also always send us an email if you wanna. We are spillingthemadtea@gmail.com.
I also posted a bunch of Instagram stories of my time in Tokyo. So you can check those out at Spilling the Mad Tea, or we'll post them again as highlights. And we'll also be posting lots of pictures and videos of our quarantine because
What else is there to do?
Yeah, I know. We're going to try to do some fun things.
So get in touch and tell us what you're doing to beat quarantine. Until next time, arigato!
Bye.
Bye!